What's up, you guys? Thank you for clicking on this video. So as you can tell by the title, we are doing sort of another top 10 video, but this time for generations. The last one I did was for Studio Series like a few days ago, whatever, at the time of this recording. But now we're talking about just regular generations for figures that need re-releases that are kind of hard to find and expensive on the aftermarket nowadays. I'm not going anywhere past 2019's Siege because that started the new design philosophy that Hasbro is still on till this day. Anything before then, Power of the Primes, Combiner Wars, 2010 generations, I'm not talking about because they're not in that current scale and design philosophy anymore. It just wouldn't make sense to re-release those figures. At this point, Hasbro would just redo any of those figures. So, starting with this top 10 list, let's start with Siege Skywarp. Now, this guy was like an Amazon exclusive, I think, back in summer of 2019. Came with a bunch of Target Masters and Blast Effects. We don't need the Target Masters and Blast Effects. Just re-release Skywarp by himself. This Siege mold is still the best Seeker mold we've ever gotten, in my opinion. The articulation, the look of the figure, the clever transformation, it all just works. And the fact that this guy was so hard to find, even when he came out, is just ridiculous to me. Everybody should get a chance to get this Skywarp because it really is probably the best Generations Skywarp figure we've ever gotten. Earthrise Prowl, you silly police car robot. This guy has been hard to find since he came out, basically. In that 2-pack with Ironhide, Amazon exclusive again. Amazon exclusives used to be kind of hard to find back then, but they've gotten easier nowadays. So I just think this guy needs an 86 release or just a straight up reissue somewhere down the line. I don't know, similar to what they're doing with Dirge and all the cone heads from Earthrise. Even though I'm not really a fan of this mold, the clear plastic legs are egregious, and I just think overall the Universe 2008 mold is still way better and a lot more visually appealing, and he even has a bit more articulation than this Earthrise figure, if you can believe it. But for people that prefer this figure, he definitely needs a reissue. He is way too expensive on the aftermarket, and no, that dead release does not count. Kingdom Ravage. Now, this figure isn't that hard to get on the aftermarket, but the price for him is a little bit high because he comes with a G1 Ravage, playing off the fact that he was G1 Ravage from the original cartoon and he just came over from Beast Wars and he was still alive at that time. And he also transformed into a cassette in the Beast Wars cartoon still, even though his robot mode was completely different. So they're playing off those two little plot lines with Ravage there. But it results in an expensive pack. I'm pretty sure this thing retailed for like $55, $60. You could still kind of find it for around that price. You may have to pay a little bit more, like $70, $80. But if you know where to look, you could probably still find this for like $60-something, which isn't too bad again. But just for a deluxe remold such as Ravage here, that's ridiculous. He needs a separate release at $25 and not packed in and shoehorned with this original G1 Ravage mold that bumps it up to $50-$60. It's just dumb to me, especially at this point. Kingdom Cyclonus. Man. This guy, the main reason why he needs a reissue is because of the yellowing. They gotta fix that on a new version of this guy. I don't care if he's an 86 repaint or whatever. He's just a fantastic Voyager class mold. Probably one of the best molds Generations has ever made with Hasbro. And to get this guy sealed nowadays, it is a little bit expensive. You gotta pay like $45, $50-something to get one sealed. $40-something for one loose on eBay, just about. And a lot of these copies are yellowed at this point. So to pay that much money for a yellowed figure is a bit ridiculous to me. So Hasbro definitely has to reissue this figure with the fixed yellowing problem. Earthrise Runamuck and Earthrise Runabout. These two figures were, Runabout was more hard to find when he first came out because he was a Target exclusive. But over time, something about Runamuck, I don't know if it was because he was one of the last waves of Earthrise or what, both of these just got extremely hard to find kind of quick. I was lucky enough to find mine at Target, Runabout. There was a bunch at my Target for a few weeks, And Run Amok, I got him readily available on Amazon basically right before he got hard to find. So I was lucky enough to be collecting at that time, but I know so many fans weren't. There's new people joining this franchise every day basically. So for people to get a second chance to get this body mold would be fantastic, because it is a great deluxe class mold. Even though there are fake parts and there is a lot of clear plastic in the midsection, I think the clear plastic is durable though. I haven't really heard any problems of breakage, which is good. Nova Prime, I don't know what happened with this guy on the aftermarket. You were able to find this guy almost right after he came out on Amazon for like 35 bucks. I didn't think he would get this hard to find this fast. Like, I just don't know what happened. It was almost like overnight he just shot up to $80, $100 sealed. Like, one day I'm checking my phone and I'm looking to get Nova Prime and I'm like, what? $80 sealed when he was just 35 on sale just a week ago? What the hell happened here? And it's not like Nova Prime is a character that so many people are after. Like, I don't know if it was a case of FOMO and people just started buying them up right after the sale ended and the price just kind of shot up naturally to a bunch of nerds out here who cannot wait to get their plastic, who are just fiending for this figure. It makes no sense to me, but either way, at this point, this guy just needs a reissue, whether it's with Amazon or just with Mainline itself. It's just weird. I mean, to get a Nova Prime, it shouldn't be this hard. Beachcomr, now, this one is a bit more straightforward as to why he's hard to find. Wave 2 of Legacy Evolution last year was distributed horribly for whatever reason. We still don't know the correct reasoning behind this. There's speculation, but I don't think Hasbro or the designers on Instagram have ever really given a clear reason as to why. Pretty much all of Wave 2 almost are pretty hard to get. And this Beachcomr mold is probably one of the best deluxes Hasbro has made, with the PVC tires and everything. So the fact you gotta pay 40, 50, 60 bucks to get one sealed to experience this great body mold is ridiculous. I haven't even gotten my Beachcomr, and I'm a guy that gets a lot of hard to find figures right when they come out, because I know that some of these figures are going to be hard to get, and I just try my hardest to get them as soon as possible. But I even missed out on this, and that's kind of crazy to me. Siege Skytread. Now, this guy was kind of easy to find for like 2 years, but all of a sudden, the last year and a half, 2 years, I'd say, he's gotten harder to find. I don't know if it's because of the Wreckers and Mayhem Attack Squad subline coming out next year or what, but this is a great mold. A deluxe combiner you do not see often nowadays, and he just works out so well with the two vehicle modes. And new collectors definitely need to experience this guy. I have him in my collection, and he's pretty great. To go along with that, my guy Spinister, his buddy, he's even a better deluxe than Skytread. He's probably one of the top 10 or top 15 generations figures of all time. He's a tall deluxe. He's nice and just solid feeling. He has two cool weapons. His transformation is super clever and intuitive. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe it's just because he's a good figure that people just started buying him up because of how popular and great the figure came out. But I don't know. He's just hard to find right now. So maybe in the Mayhem Attack Squad subline that's coming out next year, they're going to try and shoehorn these two in somehow, Skytread and Spinister. I don't know, but these two just need a re-release so bad at this point. But yeah, that about does it for my top 10 list of Generations figures that desperately need re-releases. Let me know down in the comments below, what is your top 10 for re-releases in the Generations line. All my social medias are linked down below, including my email if you guys want to hit me up about business inquiries, or if you want to message me about whatever, or if you want to commission a diorama from me, because I make dioramas for people for their stop motions, photography, or your regular display shelves in your homes. You could either hit me up on any of my social media accounts or just email me and we can work out a deal. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. Catch y'all in the next one. Bye!